Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to discuss about few things which we always do while we are procrastinating things. Okay, let's be honest, how many times you have actually told yourself that I'll start tomorrow? I can say that I have told it more times than I can actually count. Whether it's walking out or starting a new project or working on something new or simply starting to work on few things related to my passion or even cleaning up my space. So the truth is tomorrow keeps moving further away, and before we know it weeks or even months have passed and we are still stuck in the same situation that we will start tomorrow. In today's video I am talking about why we always keep putting things off and how it holds us back, and I'm also going to talk about how to break this cycle. Okay, so I'll be sharing about my own struggles and some tips which have worked for me, and I hope they'll help you too. So without any further delay, let's just directly jump into the video. So why do we procrastinate? It's not always because we are lazy. There is more to it than that. Let's just break it down. The number one reason is fear of failure. Okay, how many times you have avoided starting something because you thought it might not turn out to be perfect? I do this all the time, whether it's a YouTube video or starting something new related to my project or doing something related to my work. I do that all the time. But let's be real, we all get caught up in this fear. We think, what if it's not good enough? What if it doesn't turn out to be perfect? And instead of trying, we keep pushing it off to a later date. But here's the thing, starting messy is still better than not starting at all. For example, imagine you have been putting off writing something which you always wanted to write, maybe an essay or anything, learning a new skill which can be really beneficial to your overall personality development or anything related to your work or career, or even starting to work out. You might feel stuck in the beginning, but nobody will ever start perfectly. It's always going to be messy. So just take the first step. Now the second reason is feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes the work just feels too big, so you just look at everything you have to do, and then instead of tackling it you just freeze. Okay, so it happens to me all the time because sometimes I think about reorganizing my wardrobe, and I look at it and I am like, okay, let me take rest today, tomorrow I'll pakka do it, because at that moment it feels like a massive project, and so I keep putting it off. I know many of you can relate, like whether it's cleaning your room or starting your fitness journey or tackling a big work deadline. It can feel like climbing a mountain, but trust me, we'll talk about how to break it into smaller and manageable steps later in this video. And the third reason is the perfectionist trap. So this perfectionism is that sneaky thing that makes us delay everything. Okay, we are just waiting for that right time to tell something or start something or convey something. So we just wait for the perfect setup, or we wait for the time when we have all the energy in ourselves. But perfectionism is really just procrastination in disguise. Think about this, how often have you waited to do something or to start something because you wanted all the stars to align? Maybe you wanted that perfect gym outfit before starting your workouts, or you wanted to push your fitness journey just because you thought that I'll start from the New Year's or something so that it comes under the New Year resolution and stuff. But guess what? Perfect doesn't exist, but progress does. Okay. Now, the fourth reason is instant gratification. Let's be real. Why would you clean your space or organize your wardrobe or start the new project when Instagram or Netflix is calling your name? Because short term pleasure always feels more appealing than the long term goals. I know we all have been there, binge watching a show instead of doing that presentation or doing that work which is needed for your career growth or your personal development, anything, or scrolling mindlessly on Instagram instead of doing something more meaningful. The problem is these distractions always give you the momentary or temporary pleasure. It also make you feel regretful afterwards. Okay, now coming to my personal struggles, let me share how these habits have impacted my life. For years I have told myself to build better routines, like waking up early, or exercising, or maintaining the fitness journey, or sleeping on time, following my passion project, start doing something which I always wanted to do. But every time I would just find an excuse, like I'm too tired today, I'll start tomorrow, or it's already Friday, so let's just wait for Monday to start because let me enjoy these 2 days. So these things sound familiar, right? But the worst part was the regret. I would just look at my untouched goals or passion projects which I always wanted to work on and feel terrible. But instead of breaking this cycle, I would let it continue. It's a constant battle. I know many of you are fighting the same one, but here's the good news: we can change it, and I have started to change it already. Okay, now let's talk about how to break this cycle, okay, which is the most important part of this video. So these are the strategies I am using. I hope they will help you too. The first one is the 2 minute rule. So in this, start with small stuff. Like if something takes less than 2 minutes, just do it right away. Okay. For example, instead of leaving that coffee cup or a small plate in the sink, just wash it right away. Or if you notice that your jacket or t-shirt, something you have kept in the chair, put them back in their right place rather than letting them pile up. Or you have been sitting for hours working, or in general you are sitting for longer hours, then you just go and take 2 minutes, just stretch, or just walk around. Okay, we often underestimate the power of small actions, but they build momentum and make us feel productive. So try with one small task today. Okay, now the second strategy is to break it into steps. Big tasks are overwhelming, and breaking them into smaller parts makes it manageable. For example, instead of saying that I will just clean up and declutter my whole house, just start with maybe the wardrobe. So in the same way, think about your own goals. Now, if you think about the ultimate goal of yours, it might feel very overwhelming for you to achieve that. How would I even do that? Just break it into small steps, or small parts. Start with just one today. It really helps. Okay, and the third strategy is time blocking. So schedule your tasks like appointments. There is no one who will manage you, like in corporate or anywhere we get managed, right? There are some specific times that you need to finish it within this time, or there is a meeting at that particular time. So if you want to work on your personal goals, there is no one who is managing you or setting up the time for you. You have to set it yourself. Appointment kind of thing, like every day 7 p.m. is the time when I am going to work out, and you really need to stick to it. So this works wonders for all of us who think that we don't have enough time. Once it is in your calendar, or once you have blocked that time for your specific task, it is hard to ignore. Okay, so do that. The next strategy is the 80% rule. If you are a perfectionist like me, then you can aim for achieving 80%. Remember, 80% is always better than 0%. So progress matters more than perfection. For example, instead of working hours on the fonts or color codes and everything in a presentation, you can just focus on the key points it's delivering. Make it ready just 80%. So it is always better than missing the deadline and not doing it all. Similarly, if you are considering the fitness journey, just go and walk for 20 minutes or half an hour, or you can do just 10-15 minutes of home exercises. If you do that regularly, even for 10-15 minutes, it is actually better than doing nothing at all. Or also, if you are thinking about posting on social media, just don't think about the perfect angle or filters or the captions. Sharing your message or moment authentically is more important than making it perfect. Similarly, while editing videos, okay, for YouTube or any other platform, or you are editing videos on your own, focus on making your message clear rather than spending days perfecting every cut, transition, or caption. Okay, it's better to upload that video as soon as possible rather than just holding it off indefinitely. So it's always better doing something rather than doing nothing at all. Next strategy is reward yourself. Celebrate your small wins. If you complete a task, or if you have done something which you always have been holding off, you should reward yourself, whether it's with a small snack, a short break, or binge watching a show for whole day. So we all love rewards, and it can be a great motivator to keep you going. So don't forget to reward yourself. The next strategy is visualize the outcome. So picture or imagine how you will feel once you have completed the task. Okay, for me, imagining how my room will look, how the house will look once I declutter or once I organize the things. That can motivate me to start with something small, like organizing the drawer, then the whole wardrobe, eventually finishing the whole house. That is one thing. And if it's about your goals, then just imagine once you achieve your goals, then how your life would be looking like. So imagine that life, and that life will actually look so much better than your current life, and that can motivate you to act on your goals. So what's that one task which you have been avoiding? What you can do, you can just try visualizing the outcome, and that can motivate you to take the first step. Now the last strategy can be finding your accountability person. So tell someone about your goals and ask them to check in on you. Suppose you can tell a close friend or someone from your family, your siblings, or anyone. You can just tell them about your goal which you want to do on regular basis, so that later they can let you know about your progress. So if you are not doing that thing regularly, they can remind you that you are not being quite regular on this thing. So it's much more easier when someone else is rooting for your goals too, and they are helping keeping you on track. So try this with your goals today. Now some final thoughts about this video. Breaking this cycle of I'll do it tomorrow is not at all easy. It's a journey we all are in, but the very first step is to recognize it and then taking some small actions to change it. If you have been putting things off, start it today and take some tiny steps, and then eventually you will come to that habit of doing that thing regularly, and it's better than waiting for the perfect moment. So let me know in the comment section what is that thing you have been procrastinating and how you are going to start. Let's keep each other accountable and grow together. That's all for this video, guys. I hope you have liked this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this resonated with you, then please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. And I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.